On the left-hand side, this is the bongo. Bongos are nicknamed the ghost of the forest since they are so rarely seen. Both the males and the females actually have horns. And they grow about 2.5 feet long, and they're tilted towards their backs, so it's easy for them to get through the thicket of the forest. On the left-hand side, we are going to see the black rhinos. Black rhinos are extremely territorial. They like their own lands. And you won't find one but mommies and babies together. Though they have no natural predators out here in the wilderness, but humans have poached them to near extinction. There are less than 5,000 black rhinos remaining in the wilderness today. On the right-hand side on the hillside there's 3 of them. They're sitting in the bushes. Those are greater akudus up there. They're all females. They do not have horns. The males do.
I have a lot.
The males actually have the longest horns in the antelope family. They're about 6 feet long. Their horns are taller than they are. They only stand at 55 inches at the shoulders. Looking to the left-hand side, we're going to see a pair of saddle-billed storks. The male has a brown eye, the female has a yellow eye, and these two like to mate for life. But if one passes away, the other one will pass away from heartache. That's so sad. Now we're headed into a sophie. A sophie is a river against the forest edge, and lots of animals call this home. But humans are mining and destroying these lands for precious metals that go into our electronic devices. That's why it's so important for us to remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle so we can see these wild animals and their wild places for future generations. On the right-hand side, these are the pink-backed pelicans. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from the blush color on their backs during mating season. They are colonial nesters, which means they nest in very large groups, about 20 to 500 in a nesting group. On the left-hand side, these are the Nile hippopotamuses. Now we do in fact have a group of hippos here. A group of hippos is called a bloat because they are bloated inside. That's why we call it bloat. Now they do spend the majority of their time under the water. Hey guys, make sure we're always staying seated, everyone. Now they do spend the majority of their time under the water. Helps them stay nice and cool. They even like to sleep under the water, holding their breath for about 8 minutes before they need to come up for a breath of fresh air. So, when do they come out of the water? That's an excellent question. They come out of the water at night to graze against the water's edge. And they're hungry hippos. They eat about 80 to 90 pounds of food a day. On the left-hand side, these are the Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles are one of the largest crocodiles here in Africa. They are 16 feet and 500 pounds. Now, a group of crocodiles on land is called a bask because they are basking in the sun. And a group of crocodiles underneath the water is called a float because they are floating in the water. Yeah, I love group names, so we're going to hear quite a few of them as we continue through the research today. Our next stop is the savannah. Here in the savannah, everything plays its part. From the plant life to the animal life, it's a very delicate ecosystem. Right here on your right-hand side, this is the baobab tree. The baobab tree is also known as the tree of life, which is the icon here at the park, is the tree of life, so it's a baobab tree. Now the reason why this tree is called the tree of life is because it holds water inside of its bark. So during seasons of no rain, animals can eat that bark and get water from it. Water equals life, so therefore it's called the tree of life. Now water is not just important to the animals, it's important to us too, so make sure you're drinking lots of water while you're here at Animal Kingdom. Now I have 2 animals. I see the Hartman's mountain zebras. I also see some springboks way out there in the distance. The Ankole cattles as well. So we're going to talk about the springboks. They're in the corner over there. Springboks get their name for the ability to spring forward 13 feet and then up 6 feet. And they can do it repetitiously. I mean, they don't got to stop to keep on springing. They are known as the s'mores of the savannah because of their graham cracker tops, their chocolate middles, and their marshmallow bottoms. We also have the Hartman's mountain zebras here. The Hartman's mountain zebras like to live in a herd. A herd of zebras contain 1 male stallion and 2 to 3 females. So this is a herd right here. A herd of zebras is called a dazzle. For what they do is group together and try to dazzle or confuse the predator with their stripes. On the left-hand side, we're going to see the painted dogs. They're sleeping between the bamboo and that rock wall. Bamboo and the rock wall. Painted dogs are very sociable animals. They live in a large group, about 5 to 30. They're led by an alpha male and an alpha female. They become the primary breeders of the pack. Now they are wide range hunters and they need lots of space to hunt. But their space is becoming smaller and they're a rare sight to see. They're over here on your left hand side. Those are sable antelopes. Sable antelopes are unique. They will stand their ground instead of backing down and running away from a predator. Their horns are tilted towards their backs to act like a deterrent for any animal that wants to jump on their backs. Now we do in fact have a group of giraffes out here. A group of giraffes is called a tower. The reason why we call them a tower is because they tower over everything, being the tallest land animals. They do stand about 16 to 20 feet tall. Even their babies are tall. Baby giraffes will stand at 6 feet tall when they're born. Giraffes actually eat 95% of their day. That is a lot of their day. Their tongues are prehensile. Prehensile means they can grasp at something like a hand or a finger. Their tongues are so long, they're about 17 to 20 inches long. That's as long as your arm. On your right hand side, that's an eland. Elands are the tallest antelopes on the reserve. They stand at 6 feet tall. That's as tall as a baby giraffe. Elands, the male eland is a hefty boy. He is 2,200 pounds, while the female eland is a dainty 600 pounds. We also saw the Ankole cattle there on the right hand side. Ankole cattle are also known as the Watusi cattle for the first group of people to domesticate them, the Watusi people. Now their horns are ginormous. They grow about 5 to 6 feet long in size, but they're not heavy. There is a honeycomb structure inside them that keeps them nice and light. On the right hand side again, we're also seeing on the very top of the hill there, right underneath that one lily tree, those are wildebeest. Wildebeest are the second most densely populated herd on planet Earth. Does anyone know what the first one is? Humans. Yeah, we are a densely populated herd. Now there are 1.5 million wildebeest in a herd. And a herd of wildebeest is called a confusion or an implausibility. The reason why is because there's actually no alpha in the herd. There's actually nobody leading the herd. So if one takes a right, they all go right, and they're a little confused why. Then we're going to see 2 animals on the right and on the left. On the right is a male African elephant. We're going to see 2 of them. We will see them farther down. We're not going to talk about them right away. I'm actually going to talk about the mandrill monkey that's on our right hand side. Oh, sorry, left hand side. Mandrill monkeys are very shy monkeys. They live deep down in the forest in very large social groups, about 100 in their family. The male mandrill, which has a very colorful face and backside, that's the one that we saw there walking. He is actually the largest monkey on planet Earth. He gets up to 100 pounds. He's as large as a large dog. On the right hand side, there's that pair of male African elephants there. We know they're the male because they are in a small herd. There's only 2 here. Male elephants will leave the herd of their mothers at the age of 15. They may wander in the wilderness by themselves, or they may group up into a small herd. Now, a small herd of all male elephants is called a bachelor. You might see them again here on the right hand side. Let's see. There they are. These guys are almost 5 tons. They are huge. Their trunks have 100,000 muscles in it. Put that in perspective, the human body only has 700 muscles in it. They have 100,000 in their trunks. Their trunks can also weigh the same as the Nile crocodile, weighs about 500 pounds. Now we should see some more African elephants up ahead. We know these are African elephants because they are gray in skin color and they have big floppy ears. Now those big floppy ears are a way for them to stay cool. There are blood vessels behind their ears, and every time they flop those ears, they can cool themselves down about 15 more degrees. How about built-in ear conditioning? Elephants are constantly on the move for food. A singular elephant will eat about 300 pounds of food a day. That's actually the average of one adult human in an entire year. A lot of the food that they eat will go to waste because of their terrible digestive systems. And they create about 200 pounds of waste a day. That's a lot of poop. Now this herd here, this is a herd of all females. Unlike the male that wanders away at the age of 15, females will stay in the herd that they are born into their entire life. So this is grandmothers, mothers, daughters, sisters, and their children. This herd even has their own name. A herd of this kind is called a memory. The reason why we call them a memory is because they never forget their family members. So if that male elephant ever chose to return, they would remember him. On the left-hand side, we are seeing the greater flamingos. The greater flamingos are the lightest shade of pink of the flamingo family. They get their pink color from their diets of different crustaceans, such as brine shrimp. And this is indeed a group of flamingos. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyancy because of their brightly colored feathers. Sometimes I see more elephants on the left, sometimes I don't. So let's see if we can't spot ourselves some more elephants here on the left-hand side. Elephants are being poached at a very alarming rate. Elephants get poached at about 100 per day. A lot of that has to do with elephant-human conflict. Elephants will go on the farmlands and eat up a farmer's crop, and a farmer has a negative consequences for the elephant. Now we have discovered that elephants are afraid of bees. They met a kind of grumble as other elephants know there's a bee in the area, and they will all turn the other way. With that information, Disney has partnered with a foundation called Elephant and Bees that provide beehives to farmers to help keep elephants off the lands. And just about coexisting with these gentle giants. Here's some more giants. These are the white rhinos. Now the white rhinos are much more sociable than the black rhino we saw before. They like to live in a herd. A herd of rhinos is called a crash. This crash is mommies and babies. Mommy rhinos get pregnant every 4 to 5 years, and they're pregnant for 18 months. On the very top of the hill here, those are some cheetahs all the way on the very top of the hill. We got some more up ahead. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal. They do go 0 to 60 within 3 seconds, which is as fast as the Rockin' roller coaster. Now they are built for the need for speed. They have elongated spines. They have lean muscles. They have a long tail for balance, and their claws are always out for traction. But even though they're built for the need for speed, they actually can't keep their speed up for very long. for about 200 to 300 meters, which is about 2 football fields, or 1 minute before they are exhausted. On the left-hand side, you might recognize these rocks in the great movie The Lion King. These rocks actually have a name. They're called a copy rocks. Copy rocks are used as an animal hangout zone, so not just lions, but other animals as well. So let's see what's lying around here today. Now we do in fact have a group of lions up there. A group of lions is called a pride. In the pride, the females do the majority of the hunting, and they are nighttime hunters, not daytime hunters. Their eyesight is 6 times better than our eyesight at night. If they don't see their prey, they actually rotate their ears on the top of their head to hear their prey. Once they find their prey, they approach on nearly silent paws. But lions are only successful 1 out of 15 times they do hunt. So that means they're not the most successful hunters out here. On the left-hand side, we should see some warthogs. They're laying down looking like rocks over here on the left-hand side. Right there in the open area of that rock, the wall. Warthogs are in the same family as domesticated pigs. They're the world's largest burrowing creature. They don't just make their own burrows, they also borrow and steal burrows as well. I did see some ostriches, but I do see a white rhino again over here on your right. Again, that's mommy and baby. Baby rhinos are born at about 88 pounds, and they gain weight about 8 to 9 pounds a day. The white rhino is the largest rhino in Africa, weighing in at 5,000 pounds. On the left-hand side, these are some ostriches. When you guys think about ostriches, you tend to think about black and white. Black and white ostriches are the male ostrich. That ostrich there is gray in color, so that's a female. Contrary to popular belief, ostriches do not stick their heads in the sand when they're scared. No, they do not. They actually pretend they are a bush. If that doesn't work, they get up and start running. An ostrich stride while running is 13 feet, and they go 40 miles an hour. They're actually the fastest 2-legged animal on planet Earth. Then we're heading down into the warden's outpost. Here at the warden's outpost, we live with the land, collecting rainwater in buckets for future use on our crops or animals. And we also have this really adorable little herd of the Nigerian dwarf goats as well. Now, Nigerian dwarf goats are a highly domesticated animal and can be seen around the world. Farmers use them for their sweet milk that you can drink or turn into cheese or even skincare products. And they're easy on the land. They take up less land and resources than a traditional herd. Well, our safari is coming to an end. I do hope you saw your favorite animals out here. I know I did. I saw the painted dogs, and they always make my day. I hope seeing your favorite animals made your day as well. Now, these animals and animals around the world, including your own backyard, are under constant threat due to habitation loss and poaching. Disney has partnered with multiple foundations around the world to help these wild animals and their wild places. You too can help by donating to the Disney Conservation Fund at any merchandise location here at Animal Kingdom. Now, all donations are matched dollar for dollar by Disney, and they do directly go to a foundation that we support. Upon donating, you may receive a Conservation Hero button. So, while you're here in Animal Kingdom, please donate today to the Disney Conservation Fund and help these wild animals and their wild places. Now, there's a long-term way you can help too, remembering to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reducing your day-to-day waste, like your food waste, and recycling properly can help these wild animals and their wild places as well. Now we don't like to say goodbye here in Harambe, so instead we say kwaherini. Kwaherini means to go well in Swahili. So kwaherini everyone, go well and go wala here in Almeida. Now if you are a wilderness explorer, give it on Simba 1. That's right, wilderness explorers, you're on Simba 1. That's page 14 of your wilderness handbooks. Alright, watch your hands.